What's up, everybody? I'm doing two quick impromptu Tuesday videos because of everything that kind of went on last night and a little bit of some stuff that happened today. It's why I'm actually in the bedroom right now. The garage, my wife is in there working out, and we just got back from the football field. So I'll just get right into the Titans game last night. The Titans and the Dolphins. There's a lot to unpack there. And first off, I'm going to start with the good stuff for Tennessee, because what they did to come back and win that game was incredible. They definitely showed a lot of heart. They definitely kept playing hard, all the way through, and you have to commend them for that. And I definitely don't think Vrabel has lost the locker room, because if he lost the locker room, they would have just given up at some point. And those motherfuckers went out there and ripped it hard. And I'm not necessarily a fan of how I think Will Levis is being put in the fire too much as far as how much pressure they give up. That guy looks like he's going to have a promising career, and it would suck for him to get injured very early on, trying to get him reps because you don't have a competent O-line. But regardless, what they did last night was really cool, okay? I don't want to take anything away from their comeback victory. You can't. It's crazy how that happened. They must have felt amazing. I know that my son felt amazing watching that game. My boy Nick was at the game. He's a Dolphins fan, and he was he said it was just quiet in that place when they left. Okay. But just because they won the game doesn't mean that they are immune to criticism. Okay. Just because they played hard and won the game doesn't mean I think Vrabel shouldn't be fired. I still think Vrabel should be fired. How did they get to 27-13? They got to 27-13 because they try a screen pass and give up a pick six. Apparently, you can hear the music coming from the garage from my wife's working out. So they give up a pick six on a screenplay. Apparently, they fire their special teams coach, but nobody tells the punt returner to not try to take the ball off a bounce when there's a guy right behind you. And apparently, Levis and Henry can't complete a pitch to each other. And they also had 9 fucking penalties. False starts and holdings and everything. So, you can argue, besides 2 field goals, Tennessee was responsible for all the scoring last night. Unfortunately, 21 of those points went to Miami. Because Tennessee can't get out of their own way because they're a poorly coached fucking team! So, just because the last 5.5 minutes were incredible doesn't negate the fact that for 54.5 minutes, you played shit football, minus the great things you did on defense. The great things you did on defense, which I'm going to get to why in a second, I don't want to overshadow that because their defense balled. But it doesn't help when you throw a fucking pick six off a screen. It doesn't help when they have to go 7 yards to get a touchdown because your punt returner is a fucking idiot. And it doesn't help when they have to go 12 yards to get the next touchdown because you can't complete a simple pitch. On top of the 10 or 15 dumb shit offensive plays and the 9 penalties that you had. Everybody remembers the last minute of Nate Diaz and Leon Edwards because Diaz cracked him and almost finished him. But why did Diaz get the loss and Edwards get the title shot? Because for the first 24 minutes, he kicked his ass. For the first 54.5 minutes of the game, Miami didn't kick Tennessee's ass. Tennessee kicked their own ass. And that's the problem. That's piss poor, bad, undisciplined coaching. That's a bad football team. That's a bad coaching job right there. And like I said, I'm glad the way it ended. It's unbelievable how that went down. But to not take a look at that, I haven't heard anybody except for maybe Nick Wright talk about this was all self-inflicted by Tennessee. So Tennessee fans should be happy. about how this went down because it was amazing. But Vrabel's got to go. Because you can't forget about the first 54 and a half minutes of a game because the last 5.5 went your way. Because it's not going to be like that all the time. And Miami fans, I told Miami fans, and it's not hard because I live in Florida. I told Miami fans that they were a fraudulent team. Any team that gets physical with them at the line of scrimmage and disrupts Tua's timing has success. I've told Miami fans, I don't think I've said it on this, if Tyreek Hill gets injured, you guys are fucked. And that was more evident than ever last night. Because it's not like Tennessee has a dynamite secondary. But they knew how to play them. They knew that, hey, if Tyreek Hill is lined up here or here, it's a wheel route. And he still made plays. But they put hands on him. And when you take Tyreek Hill is a really fast guy, and he's more jacked than you would think he is because of how fast he can run. But when you beat him up at the line of scrimmage and make it hard for him to go anywhere the whole game, it's going to wear on him. Okay? So like Chris Broussard says, they're the breakdancers. Miami is overrated. They struggle against physical teams, and believe me, they're going to meet some physical teams in the playoffs, especially if they have to play Baltimore. Kansas City's going to beat them. And like I said, the only team that's more fraudulent than Miami is Dallas. And I addressed that yesterday. I don't consider their victory against Philadelphia anything. They had 11 days off. Philly played 4 hard games in a row. Don't give me that shit. Now, if Dallas rolls into Buffalo and smokes them and rolls down to Miami and smokes them as easily as they did Philly, I'll start coming around. Because I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong. I just am tired of people not speaking the truth. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I said Buffalo wouldn't make the playoffs. It looks like they're going to make the playoffs. Now, I think they're making the playoffs because a bunch of quarterbacks got hurt. Now Herbert's out. I don't think Herbert's that good, but his team seemed to be playing better than Buffalo was for a while. So we'll see how it goes. It looks like I'm wrong about that. I'm not upset. I'm a Buffalo fan. But I do these videos because I want people to be honest about what's going on with Buffalo. And I want people to be honest what's going on with a lot of things, including Tennessee. So like I said, Tennessee should be celebrating, but in reality, they should be going back and talking and be like, what the fuck, man? We should have never been in that position. That game should have been over. Miami's offense did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And Tennessee gave them 21 points. That's a poorly coached team. That's why I say Vrabel needs to be fired. See you on the other side, fuckers. It's been fun.